welcome to Tupcast, the Untitled Podcasters podcast, where we talk about movies and get heavily off topic. My name is Andrew. I am one of your hosts. Along with me, my two other hosts, Steve and Colby.
Hey.
And in today's episode, we will be doing our top 10s for 2025. The movies we saw. This is just ranked based on our enjoyment. Not really, critical analysis there. Just like what we saw, what we liked, and maybe some things what we didn't like too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Overall, good year in movies, I think.
I'd say, yeah.
I feel like the last couple of years have been a little rough with the strikes and COVID and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it feels like this year was a good jump back into solid movies.
Yeah.
We've had worse.
Definitely.
We've had worse.
Have had
2-3 years ago was real bad.
I don't even remember. That's how bad it was.
Right. So bad.
Yep.
So bad.
Cool.
Well, nobody could make movies without COVID.
It's true.
Restrictions and requirements, and
then
Tom Cruise would get mad and you couldn't film. So
Netflix was becoming a thing again because people couldn't go to the movies.
Well, there was, what were they called? Popcorn movies? They theatrical releases that got put on streaming services.
Yeah, Soul, the Pixar movie, was one. I
Yep.
know it wasn't
There's a
Soul.
lot
It was,
of them.
Onward,
Lightyear was one. I know.
which
Widow.
maybe was yeah.
And
They
was
still,
it Godzilla
they still put it in
versus
theaters,
Kong?
but it suffered from that part of it there.
Yeah, but we're past that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the movies
QB Halloween.
until the theater dies, because that's coming too.
Inevitably.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, before we get there, we saw at least 10 movies this year.
Did you? Did you see 10 movies this year?
I did. I think I saw upwards of neither. I don't have the exact number, but looking at my list and then my honorable mentions and my dislikes, there is at least 20 there.
Nice. That's quite the step up from the year before.
Last year when we did this. I think I had
had 9.
Was it 9? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was 8, and then there was one I forgot about. One of you two said oh wait, I have that too.
Yeah.
So check that out if you want to see me being really embarrassed.
I think I counted my number. I think I watched 42 in theaters this year.
Jesus Christ.
I'm at 30.
I on Thursdays I don't work, so that's my day off to do my thing, and I tend to go to the local theater for the $6 movie. So I tend to go once a week if I can. So it's easy to see stuff that way.
Right.
Yeah. I've seen 32, and I hope this year I'll see more. That's the goal.
Although January hasn't started off well. I think I got 1.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any in January yet. It's been rough.
Yeah.
Since school got canceled for me tomorrow, I'm gonna try and go to see Hamnet tomorrow.
A good one.
Which I know was a 2025 release, and I know would definitely be on my list had I seen it. Just because it's Shakespeare.
It might be on my list. We'll see.
Let's find out. How do we want to do this? Do we want to go
10-1 for sure.
Yeah, just do one at a time or
Yeah, I think one at a time is probably easier.
I'm gonna share my spreadsheet.
So whoever wants to go first.
Well,
I'll go first with my number 10 if you want.
Sure.
Oh well, Andrew's listed first. Do you want to go first?
I can go first. Yeah.
Go for it.
This was alphabetical. That was the only indication there. So
ACS.
My number 10 movie was The Running Man, which came out, and sorry, I'm a formatting guy.
It did come out.
Running Man, which was a film that came out, as I mentioned, and I liked it. I thought it was fun. I don't know. I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to. I don't know what I was expecting or what really didn't work for me, but I thought it was good. It was entertaining. I thought the choreography was really nice in it too. I know.
Do you have any?
Go ahead.
Do you have any history with the first one?
No. I know of it, and I know Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it, but that's really the extent of what I know.
Yeah, same.
I don't know.
I did see it in theaters. I hoped that it would like ignite wanting to see the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it when I saw it, and then I listened to a couple podcasts about it and thought about it more, and I liked it less and less.
That's kind of what
as
happened
I
with me.
went along.
Yeah.
So it didn't motivate me to watch the first one, which everyone has said is better from at least the things I've listened to. So.
Interesting.
But not bad. I mean, yeah. I like Glenn Powell as a leading man.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
fun to watch.
I like that, and then I also heard that the Arnold Schwarzenegger one was more of a it was more serious.
Yeah.
This one was. Which the interesting thing about this is it's based on a Stephen King book, but originally when Stephen King published it, he published it under a different name. Yeah. Because it was so different than what he normally did. He thought that like his audiences were picking up that movie, they'd be expecting like a horror book, and he was afraid that they wouldn't be enjoying as much if they like knew it was coming from him, which I thought was an interesting little tidbit.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's the same thing with Longest Walk.
Oh, really?
That was a Stephen King book, but written under the pseudonym, which I don't know the pseudonym, but that was similar.
Whenever I heard it, but it didn't stick with me. So
yeah. No, I also think in the Running Man, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, like he gets forced into the Running Man, like he has no option. Okay. Whereas like Glenn Powell sort of has an option. I mean, he kind of can say no, but he kind of can't. So different in that respect, I guess. Did you see it, Colby?
Yeah, I did. I liked it. It was the same thing though. Like I haven't really thought of it since watching it. I'd never seen the original, so I had no ties to that. And yeah, I wasn't gonna go home and watch the original after watching it.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
I was hoping I wanted to, but
I thought it was a fun 2-hour movie for what it was, but I haven't really given it much thought since.
One of my coworkers, he was telling me, when I told him I saw it, he was all excited because I think he said that he saw the Arnold Schwarzenegger one and when it came out, and he didn't like it as much as he thought it would. Or from what I've heard, that this newer one is a better adaptation of the book. So I think that's what he was more looking for.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Cool. Colby, you want to give us your number 10?
So my number 10 is The Long Walk.
Oh.
Okay.
That other movie we spoke of.
The other one. I thought it was really good. I'm not a Stephen King person. I don't necessarily care for some of his movies. Never read any of the books. But I thought they did a really good job at making such an entertaining movie about a bunch of people literally just walking.
Mm-hmm.
Like on paper, that probably shouldn't have been as entertaining as it was, but it was really good. And I think because the characters were so well written, it was intriguing and there was actual stakes, because obviously the whole point of it was that only one person can win. So you knew over time every single one of these people are going to start getting, torn off by some means throughout the movie. But I thought it was pretty good. I did not see it in the theaters that made you walk on a treadmill while you were watching the movie. Regal or AMC, one of them did a promo where you had to walk on a treadmill and watch it. And if you stopped, you had to leave.
I don't see how that's a promo. But that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this one in theaters.
This one's a high contender for awards this year.
Yeah. I thought it was 95% really good. I didn't like the Mark Hamill of it, because he's like the bad guy. But like, I just can't see Mark Hamill as a bad guy. It's just Luke Skywalker as a bad guy. Like, it was hard for me to just like, wait, but that's Luke Skywalker. Like, he can't be bad. I think David Johnson was like a standout of this movie. He was in Alien Romulus too, which he was really good in as a robot character that you don't know about right away.
Yeah.
But I didn't love the ending. Like, I won't spoil it, but like, they like lead up to an ending that you're like, oh, he's gonna go one way, and then he kind of goes the other, and you're like, oh, and then the screen just goes black, and you're like, oh, like I thought there was gonna be a little bit more to it, but like Colby said, the fact that it's just a movie about walking and it's fascinating from start to finish was quite an act, to be honest. And like there's no build up. Like there's 5 minutes of like intro, and then they're on the walk. Like it's not. We're gonna get to the walk in an hour. Like it's nope. We're gonna start walking now.
You get a letter in the mail. You get drafted into this walk.
Interesting. Right.
So you don't have a choice.
Yeah, some really good side characters too. Like really good young actors. So.
Yeah, I think if the characters and the actors were lesser, I think it would have been a rough watch. But I think, like you said, David Johnson, after seeing him in Romulus and seeing him in this, I'm like excited to see where that guy goes. Like he could be a really big actor in some really good movies.
Right. He's got the chops for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh. All right.
The Long Walk.
Steve, your number 10.
I cheated slightly on my number 10. Okay. I wanted something animated to make the list because there's some good animated stuff this year. Yeah. So I put because they're both sequels. I put Zootopia 2 and Bad Guys 2 as my number 10. They were just both really good. Like I felt like they could have fallen off because sequels usually do. Yeah. Especially Bad Guys 2. I was like, Bad Guys 1 was good, but they're not going to put as much effort into the second one. Like they're just going to pump something out, and it's going to be watchable but not really memorable. And it was just really well written. Really good like jokes for kids and jokes for adults with like a solid storyline. Like they try to be good, but they have to be bad to become good again. It was a good watch.
Was the first one the one that was also like kind of like depressing?
A little bit.
Or was that The Secret Life of Pets?
I think they all have their moments, all these animated movies.
I was like, those are ones that I was going on. Like, I wasn't expecting to be sad for this.
I was like, I don't know that one was any more particularly depressing than the other.
Yeah, I just remember there were some moments that stood out, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. So that ended up being better than I expected. A little long. It's almost 2 hours, which is, for an animated movie, you're like, all right, for kids, like, 90 minutes is the sweet spot, but and then Zootopia 2, you can tell that they crafted this one well. Again, it wasn't like we have all the animations, let's just put out a cheap storyline and make some money. Like they crafted it. They have some good jokes. They bring back some characters from the first one that you like kind of liked, and they have their moments. They introduced like a new snake character, which is really funny. And it's played by, I can't remember the actor's name, but Short Round from Indiana Jones. So he's just like fun and spastic throughout. It's just like a good story. Like it's, and well acted, good jokes, good writing, and it looked great. So I just think you got to represent some animation because it was a decent year for that.
Yeah.
Sorry it wasn't SpongeBob.
That's all right. Did you see SpongeBob?
I've seen SpongeBob twice.
I did too. I will get into that later, though.
I brought Amelia, and then I went for work. So the second time wasn't like I got paid to go see it, which was even better.
That is nice. Yeah.
I actually really like it.
I did too. So
you'll talk about it later. I assume.
I am going to talk about it later. So, but you can see how happy I am now with. And then Zootopia 2.
Well, no, this is the Mark Hamill performance I liked.
Okay.
You're gonna. No. We won't.
What did I do?
No. You're gonna choose that one over The Long Walk
for Mark Hamill. For Mark Hamill specifically. No, The Long Walk's a better movie.
Colby, this isn't a Mark Hamill top 10.
He's good as the Flying Dutchman. He's good.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
I like the costume when he becomes like a real pirate.
Yeah. Oh,
that's all.
All right.
Move on.
Okay. Did you want to talk about Zootopia 2 at all, or?
I kind of did a little bit. They're just animal movies. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. I just couldn't separate them because they're different stories and different storylines with different characters, but they're animals animated with good jokes and fun heart, basically.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So going on to number 9 now. My number 9 is the Minecraft movie. Remember this? Me too, honestly. Remember, this list is based off of our enjoyment, because this, by all means, should not have ever happened. And when it did happen, it was not. It should not have been a live action movie starring Jack Black. But it was, and it was a lot more fun than I was expecting it to be. I have only seen it once, from that one time in theaters, because I know if I watch it again, I will not appreciate it as much. I also, when we saw this opening night. My friend Sam took some edibles before we saw it, and so she was high the whole time, and that also added to the effect for me. Just sitting next to her for that.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was. I'm surprised it's not higher on my list as well.
I saw it in theaters. I think it was better than I expected, but my bar was super low.
Yeah, same.
But
yeah,
I love Jack Black. He can't do wrong in my eyes. So that helped.
Yeah.
You saw this, right, Colby?
Yeah, he saw it with me. Thoughts? For our audio listeners, he's just nodding his head.
I'm not going to talk too much about it. It made another list.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow, all right. Thought that would have been a middle ground list for him, or his number 4. I don't know. This one is on your fantasy list that we're gonna get into next time.
It is.
Just letting you know that there. Okay. Well, if that's that, Colby, you want to tell us your number 9?
My number 9 was Roofman.
Okay.
Roofman.
Which was an incredibly entertaining movie. If you haven't seen it, it's loosely based off a true story, where this guy went around and robbed McDonald's by sneaking in through the roof, hence Roofman. And to evade going to jail, he ended up living inside of a Toys R Us for, I don't know if it was months or a year or whatever it was. It was like an incredible amount of time. During this time, he also was living a double life. He would sneak out, and he fell into this relationship with this woman who had kids, and like he was living a double life essentially while also living in a Toys R Us. She worked at Toys R Us. That's how they met. But it's a really entertaining movie. It was really good. Better than I expected.
Yep.
Steve,
I saw this. Yeah. I saw this in theaters. Yeah, this was like occasionally my mom will be like, "Well, can we go check out a movie this week? Like I have spare time," and she's not one to go see the big high action or the long drama, or she kind of just wants like your basic like feel good or comedy or romantic comedy, or it tells a fun story. So I figured this was like right up her alley, and it definitely was. And I thought it was better than I expected. Like I saw the trailers and it was like, oh, that's cool. I want to go hang out in a Toys R Us like for a couple hours. But I thought the story was told well, like better than I expected it to be. And like it had its comedic moments. It had its like high like stakes moments where you're like, oh man, is he gonna get caught? Like, when is this gonna go bad? Like you felt for a character that you shouldn't feel for, because like he went to jail for being a bad guy and then he's out because he's still a bad guy, but he's a good guy. Like one of those kind of movies.
I really like this one too. And I also was like pleasantly surprised by it. It was a lot more serious than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because going into it, it was about a guy who robs McDonald's and lives at a Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Which on paper does not sound like a serious film.
Starring Channing Tatum.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the most
Magic Mike.
Yeah, the most interesting part of that to me was at the end when they showed the actual footage of the stuff.
Yeah.
And how he was just like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And the one that like stood out to me the most, because in like Colby said in the movie, he falls in love with a woman and she has kids, and the older one of their kids is like the angsty teenager who ends up coming around to him and like liking him. and they had an interview with the real woman who he had like fallen in love with, and she had said like before when they asked me to do this interview for the film, I asked my kids if there was anything they wanted me to share, and my eldest daughter said that he was like one of the nicest guys she had ever met, and like that just is just it's just interesting to think of that kind of stuff there, like how he was just a really good person and stuff like that.
I think sometimes bad people just fall into traps.
Yeah, and even in that movie too, like that's one you're watching the whole time. You're like, this is gonna go wrong. And even he like says that at one point where he's like narrating, he's like, I know I'm reaching my breaking point.
Yeah.
But like nothing, like I can't stop myself.
Well, they made a point to be like, he's really smart, but like common sense stupid.
Yeah.
Like they kind of made that point about that character. So
yeah.
Yeah. You knew the inevitable was coming, but it was fun to watch the roller coaster while it was happening.
Yes. Good pick.
Yeah, I really liked this one, but it didn't quite make my top 10.
Yeah. Me too. Steve, your number 9?
My number 9. This is the last time I cheat in the top 10.
All right.
I couldn't decide between Superman and Thunderbolts, so I put Superman and Thunderbolts both here.
Really?
Fantastic Four was not going to be anywhere close to this, in my opinion. But I had low expectations for Thunderbolts, and I feel like it exceeded my expectations. And my expectations for Superman were in the middle, and it kind of landed right in the middle. Except I think Superman was like a top 3 movie-going experience this year. Like, I wouldn't say the movie was like a 10 out of 10, but like I had a fun time at the movies. Like, it was the most fun in that giant theater on the giant screen.
Yeah,
like
with the butt kickers.
I had fun with it. I don't have any connection to Superman, so it was tough. Of like, he's a little overpowered, and only this thing can defeat him. I don't know. Never been a huge fan, but what James Gunn brought to it, I really enjoyed. I'm excited for the direction of, DC and everything that's going that way.
Yeah.
The new trailer for the Supergirl movie looks pretty good. Like, Lobo looks pretty cool. So I'm excited for that. And I just thought Thunderbolts, more people should have saw it. I know people gave up on Marvel, so people didn't go, and that's kind of a shame. But they also just saw one of the worst movies of the year in that Captain America movie, so that probably didn't help.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't decide. I mean, if I had to decide, it'd probably be Superman.
Superman is on my list later, so I'm not gonna. I'll save my thoughts there because I don't really have too much to say at the moment. But I enjoyed this film a lot more than I thought I was going to as well, which has been the case for most of these so far. The same idea. I have no real personal connection to Superman except, Henry Cavill's, which his Man of Steel isn't a bad movie, but everything else from that universe he was in was like Batman v Superman and the Justice League are both just
arguably really bad.
Good movies, yeah.
There was like a Flash movie mixed in there too.
That's
That's wild.
That was something. Yeah, the only reason I wanted to see that movie was to see how it actually got made. But with Superman, I kind of went in with mediocre expectations. I was like, I think I'm going to like this because James Gunn makes a good film, and it looked good, and I was very, very pleasantly surprised with it. So that was my thought there. I don't know, Colby, you have any thoughts on that?
No, similar thing. I mean, I have mine on the list that you'll see it a little bit.
Thunderbolts is also on mine too.
Yep, same. So basically, to summarize without going into too much details, basically I have no connection to Superman other than the Man of Steel and the DC universe that was hot garbage. So I have no loyalty to that character. So I was kind of with Steve, like he was just like this overpowered dude with no weaknesses other than this random friggin' stone, which I thought was
friggin' rock that doesn't exist, but it's everywhere.
He was always, in my perspective, kind of a lame superhero. I was never interested in him. Could never have cared less about him. When they said they were going to reboot the DCU and they were going to start with the Superman movie, I wasn't interested. And even going into this movie, the trailers, there was just so many characters that it looked like they were introducing that I was like, it has such a high risk of failure. But I'm glad to say that it blew me away because I had such low expectations that I came out of it having such a good time, and now I have a restored faith in those movies going forward.
Same. Yeah. Cool. Thunderbolts, also was good too. All right, moving on. So number 8 for me. This is one I thought would be a lot higher on my list.
SpongeBob movie?
No, not yet. Because the first 2 in the series are really like good. This is one that I don't think either of you saw.
Avatar?
Downton Abbey.
No offense, but did anybody see this movie other than you?
Yeah, my aunt, who I went with, and my friend. I don't know. Let's check how the box office did for this one.
I know people saw it, and I know people love it. I've just never watched it, so I have no connection.
How did Downton Abbey 3 do at the box office?
It just doesn't sound fun.
No.
Well,
Downtown
the
Abbey.
show is my favorite show. It's a really good show. It's a historical drama, and the whole show kind of starts off with the Titanic sinking. And the
literally the Titanic?
Yeah, two people who were on the Titanic were.
I might be interested now.
Yeah, so 2 people who were on the Titanic were the heirs to the estate, and they died.
Oh.
And so then they have to figure out who's going to take over it now, and it's supposed to be a woman. And at that time, it wasn't accepted for that to happen. So then they bring in this other really random guy to. It's kind of like Shrek 3. Now that I'm talking about it,
just like Shrek 3,
where they have to bring in a complete outsider to run the estate who doesn't want to.
Just like Shrek 3.
Yeah, it is. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
I just can't remember Shrek 3 that much.
Well, so in Shrek 3, that's when after Prince Charming is going for the crown and then the king dies. So then Shrek has to go find Fiona's cousin, Arthur.
Oh.
Or Artie, whatever his name was, to go and this is also while Fiona's pregnant with the ogre babies.
I think I only saw it once or twice.
So are you claiming that they copied Shrek 3?
No, I'm the other way around because the show started in 2010.
Shrek 3 copied Downton Abbey?
Maybe.
When you say Downton Abbey, it kind of just, I know they're not similar. I don't know why it makes me think of it. Maybe because it's just 2 random British movies, but I keep thinking of Paddington.
Well, funny enough.
And how much I don't want to see that movie.
The current estate owner in Downton Abbey is played by the guy who is in the Paddington movies.
That's why.
I only know that because he looks a lot like the guy who played Professor Slughorn. So when I looked up him on Google and saw the Paddington movies, they are not the Harry Potter ones. That's how I found that out.
Nice.
But so, yeah, great TV show. And I'm going to take the time and talk about this because I know you guys don't have it on your list. My favorite TV show. And it's got some really good moments too. And it's just it kind of just mirrors parts of history are just mentioned throughout the show. And they're just kind of nonchalantly put in there. Like that. But so then the show ended. And they did 3 movies to wrap up the stories. And this was the last one of theirs. I put Downton Abbey 3, but it is called the grand finale. I think it was the weakest of the trilogy. It was Maggie Smith. This was the only part of the franchise she wasn't in because she passed away. And the movie was kind of dedicated to her too. Because she played a big part in the actual show.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm very passionate about this show, so you can laugh all you want.
Is the show still on?
No. No, it ran, I think, 5 or 6 seasons. I think it's they didn't stretch it out too long either. I rewatched the show when I was stuck in Canada. And I don't know, I was entertained the whole time. That was it for me.
They're visiting.
Hi, kitty. Hello.
She'll just meow if I don't pick her up.
Okay. Colby, if you'd like to do your number 8.
My number 8 is actually Thunderbolts.
I
Who
would have
won't
thunk
go
it.
too deep into it because we kind of already touched a lot of it. But basically,
Yeah.
we were coming off such a low point in Marvel that this movie was such a refreshing hit.
Mm-hmm.
And it did everything I want from a Marvel movie, especially with like these random side characters. It brought all the side characters together and made them fun. It made them the new main characters. The action was pretty good. I think the villain was pretty interesting. It was a different take on, rather than just doing the big CGI battle at the end and stuff like that. I think it was just, I think they did a good job with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the biggest thing, the reason this movie is so high on my list is because, like I said, we came off such a past couple years of just stinkers that this movie was refreshing. It was actually a good Marvel movie. The first one in a long time.
Yeah. Yes. I do have more to say on that. I was just going to say, it also took a big psychological path, which Marvel had historically, I don't believe, not done to that extent.
At least not in the MCU.
No, the only thing that comes to mind to me was Iron Man 3 when he has the like little PTSD. But this one was more relatable in the sense like of like depression and stuff. But it worked to their advantage too. So yeah, I like that one there.
Yeah, I'm glad they went for like a heart approach.
Yeah, me too.
Like, all the characters had heart.
I wish it would like you said, I wish more people had paid attention to it because it was like a bunch of B-list characters.
Yeah.
And
it made them A-list characters.
Exactly.
Right.
But yeah, Marvel had fallen off so hard that this movie didn't make the money that they wanted it to make, and I feel like nobody saw this movie, which is just a shame.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Well, they'll have to in before Doomsday.
Sure. Steve, your number 8?
My number 8 probably hasn't been seen by either of you guys. The Phoenician Scheme. Anybody?
What'd you call me?
The Phoenician Scheme. So this is the Wes Anderson movie that came out this year. He's a very unique director. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Wes Anderson at all. He has his own style of telling stories. They're usually like dark comedies, basically. But this one stars Benicio del Toro and like Michael Cera and all kinds of. He's kind of known for having one of those like casts that has 40 famous people in it, but some of them are only there for a minute. Me and Kate saw this in the theater and like laughed out loud and just enjoyed all the sequences. Now that I think about it, I can't exactly remember the main plot line, but I remember like loving every second of it while we were there. And there was a running joke that he would meet up with people, Benicio del Toro's character, and he would offer all of them a hand grenade as like a welcome gift, like an actual hand grenade. And it was funny every time. I believe, from what I remember now, he's like a rich guy with a bunch of kids, and he's trying to give his fortune to his daughter and avoid like some of the other kids getting it. And there's a whole scheme behind it all, which is called the Phoenician Scheme. So it's basically trying to figure out how the fortune's going to get divided, and he wants to keep it not from dividing. Yeah, stuff like that.
Cool.
But I really enjoyed it. You should check it out.
Yeah, I know Wes Anderson by name. I don't know. No films come to mind immediately for him, but
yeah, he did Grand Budapest Hotel is my favorite by him.
Nice.
Isle of Dogs was pretty good. Fantastic Mr. Fox. He has a very weird and unique filming style that you'll either love or you'll hate. He's very much one of those, like, his stories are wacky. You kind of have to really pay attention or you'll lose the storyline.
Yeah.
And he's not always going to tell you directly what, like, he's got, like, some Tarantino to it where you're like, wait, are we out of order? Like, what are we trying to get to here? And he frames everything in a very certain way, has a very certain look. So
He was.
If you ever check one out, you'll either love it or hate it.
He was in He was in Sing, the movie Sing. I don't know which character because I just looked it up and I don't know the characters by name.
But it might be a different Wes Anderson. I don't think he acts.
Maybe I don't because I was looking at his films, and that one popped up as one.
Gotcha.
So maybe
it might be.
Yeah, but
I could be wrong. That's just a voice or whatever.
Yeah.
So could have done that for his kids or something.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, I won't add much more since you guys have no clue.
Thanks.
I get a couple of those, so that'll be fun.
Yep. Okay. Well, number 7 for me. Y'all knew this was coming. Is the SpongeBob movie?
Wow, 7.
Yeah.
I expected it to still be higher.
Like top 5?
I thought it would too, but I don't know. I just like the other ones more, I think. So going into this movie, I'm the big SpongeBob guy, as these guys know, as anyone who knows me knows. And I don't know, the first SpongeBob movie that came out in 2004 is an incredible film. It's actually like a really, really good movie. And the creator of SpongeBob, Steven Hillenburg, who passed away in 2019, he didn't want the show to have any spin-offs or other films to be made. And then when he died, Nickelodeon just started doing that. So it was kind of like against his legacy. They'd made like 2 or 3 movies since then, which were not great. So that's kind of what I was expecting going into this one. But I was pleasantly surprised, and it made me very happy that I got to enjoy it. My dad also is a big SpongeBob person through me. And when I went to see it, Colby, did we see this opening night? I think we did.
I think so.
Yeah, so we saw this opening night. And I went to Burger King and got this the SpongeBob meal right before. And when I went, my dad told me that if I thought the movie was good enough, he would want to go see it, which is a big thing. My dad, in my lifetime, I think has gone to the movies maybe 5 or 6 times. So that was a big deal. And it was, and this is a fun story. And how I tell it, I need to be careful. When we saw it the next day, so I got home from the movie, whatever, late night, and the next morning my dad had told me, he asked me how it was, and I said it was really good. So he looked it up, and it was playing at our local theater like at 1:30. He's like, was it good enough for you to see again today? And I was like, yeah. So we went with my sister's boyfriend, the 3 of us, which was a little weird. But beside the point, I liked it very much. I was very happy with it. I hope, and I say this bittersweetly, but I hope that they just don't do anymore, just because it's just not the same. Maybe it's because I'm grown up now, but SpongeBob is something that is good for all ages, and film was a reminder of that. There's a lot of butt jokes, which are always fun. Funny.
I thought it took a few minutes to get going. I was like, these jokes aren't hitting yet.
Yeah.
But I also, to be fair, I like miss the SpongeBob era by a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm not super familiar, but like anytime there's an animated movie, I have a 9-year-old, like we're going to see it.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is. Like, so she saw it, she liked it. She's watched SpongeBob a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched it a little bit. So for what it was, really good Mark Hamill performance, as we all know. So I was in.
Have you shown her the original movie from 2004?
I've never seen it. She has never seen it either.
You should watch it. One, because it's a good movie. It's also an adaptation of the Odyssey.
Nice.
Which I don't think many people know.
Is David Hasselhoff in that one?
Yeah, he is. He just comes out of nowhere.
Isn't Keanu Reeves in one?
Yeah, he is. He's in a different one.
Gotcha.
Which I didn't care for that one. But
Gotcha.
Yeah, in preparation, and I'll talk about this more when we talk about the Odyssey next year. But the original SpongeBob movie is an adaptation of the Odyssey.
Nice.
It's what I would show my classes before we actually got a real adaptation, which I'll probably still show them that one anyway.
But yeah, I had fun with this one. I also really liked the little Ninja Turtles thing before.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. My dad went into the theater and I was in line getting the snacks. And he comes out like 4 minutes later. He's like, "They're playing the wrong movie." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "They're playing Ninja Turtles." So like, "No." I'm like, go back. No, you're in the right place. I promise. He's like, why were they doing that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, but in fairness, they didn't preface it by saying like a short or anything. It just started like a movie would have started. So
yeah,
that was that. But that was funny too.
I feel like they always try to sneak that in if like the movie's 90 minutes.
Yeah,
like, we gotta make it 100 minutes somehow.
I got that.
So they added Ninja Turtles, which I was down for.
Yeah, cool. Colby, I don't know if you have any thoughts or if you want to just move on.
His is also SpongeBob, so
yeah.
No.
Oh.
My number 7 is actually the Knives Out Wake Up Dead Man.
I haven't seen that.
I don't know if either of you saw that.
I wanted to watch it, but I haven't yet.
I watched that like 2 weeks ago.
What's the last one? Wake Up Dead Man?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, Wake Up Dead Man. I mean, it's the third one in the Knives Out. Yeah. I don't know if they're ending it here. Probably not. They'll probably keep making them. I think they're interesting enough that I'll keep watching them as they keep making them. They do a good job at keeping them all different. It's not the same movie every single time, which is kind of shocking. Because I went into this movie, I'm like, all right, we're reaching the third one. I was like, we're probably going to be hitting some of the same exact notes, but they're still very creative. I like the way they still unravel the mystery of the murder and all that stuff. Like, if you're into those types of movies, you'd like this one. It's a little long. The first like 35 minutes is a little rough and not bad, but I didn't know anything about this movie going into it other than I knew it was part of that same world. So the detective Benoit Blanc, played by what's his face?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig, James Bond. So I know he was like the main connector of all these movies. He's the same character that keeps showing up. He's the detective. So I knew at some point he was going to show up, but he didn't show up into this movie until like 40 minutes into the movie. And I was like, that's a little rough. Yeah. So like the first 40 minutes, the entire time I was like, I feel like I'm watching a completely different movie. And it's just because they're like building up to the murder. The other ones, the murder had already happened. And finding out from like the very
I kind of like that.
But yeah, this one, the first 35, 40 minutes is a little boring to get through just because if you're not expecting it, it can be rough. Knowing it makes sense after you've watched the whole thing, but it was pretty good still. I'd recommend it.
I wanted to see that when it did a limited release in theaters, like when the second one came out. Steve, I think you and I saw that. And we went to AMC for that one because that's what they were doing in the theaters there. I'm a fan of this the first two, so I want to see the third one. Just haven't gotten around to it yet.
It's worth watching. You'd like it.
Yeah, I'd say a hair long, like you said. It's like 2.5 hours. Like I wish it was like 2:10. Probably cut off 20 minutes. Yeah, it takes a while to get going. Obviously, it takes a while to get to Daniel Craig and his character. I do think Josh O'Connor and Josh Brolin like hold together the first 35 minutes pretty well. I like them. I hate Mila Kunis as the police person.
She's caught me off guard. I didn't know she was in the movie.
She's so miscast. Like, just pick a random actor. Like, you didn't need Mila Kunis.
Yeah,
she wasn't good at the role.
Probably could have picked anybody off the street.
Right. It didn't. It just felt miscast, and she didn't. She looked weird in like a police uniform. Like it was just like you're. That's just not for you. I definitely liked it a lot. They had some good side characters that helped move the story along. Like the Jeremy Renner character is good. All the characters, like there's like a main group. It's very religious, which I didn't know. But like they meet as a group. Like all those characters are pretty good, and they have their own like. One of them is like big into social media and records everything, so that's how they get through the story. And one of them is trying to write a book but can't write anymore. Like they all have their own like hang up, which is why they're seeking like religious help basically. I definitely like that they went for a different approach where like the murder happens later in the story and then you're just trying to figure out how and what and why, and you're just not sure because from the onset it looks like he just died, not a murder, and then all kinds of wacky things happen. I think the first one's still the best, but I think this one's better than the second one.
I can agree with that.
I think the second one had a lot of layers to it.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
I get the idea, but yeah.
Yeah, it felt like a lot. Mm-hmm. I like the simpleness of the first one.
Yeah.
And this one kind of goes a little bit more simple, too.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
It's a good pick.
All right, Colby, your number 7?
Steve.
Oh, no, my number 7.
I'm sorry, yeah.
My number 7 is Train Dreams. This is a Netflix movie.
What is that?
But you
it came out this year. I don't know. It might have got nominated for Best Picture. But this is like a slice of life movie. It's shot in like the Midwest, and it follows Joel Edgerton. He plays like a logger and a railway like builder. And like I said, it's just like a slice of life movie. So like you just see his life from like.
I remember. I didn't watch this, but I know which one it is. Yeah. Yeah,
and it just has like an incredible look and an incredible like visual style. It's shot in like a kind of that different format ratio to look like almost old timey film.
Mm-hmm.
But you see him like going through his life and meeting somebody and falling in love, and then tragedy strikes. And he has to deal with the repercussions of that, and he has to work, and then he loses his job because of this and that and the other, and then he has to find other things, and he has to move along. But it's just shot really well. It's just like one of those things that you just like hang out, and like each moment kind of hangs for a second, and you like think about what he's thinking about, and there's just some real cool camera techniques that I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And like by the end, like you start to venture out of the area that he lives in, and you realize that like society is moving along, like they've gotten to space, but like he still doesn't know that because he's never seen a TV. Mm-hmm. He just like lives in the woods and makes trains and cuts down trees, and it's just like a good sit.
Cool.
It's not the most plot-driven movie, but it looks fantastic, and the acting that's emoted throughout is like really good.
Cool. There was one Felicity Jones is in that.
Yep, she's the love interest.
Nice.
So, but she's only in it for like half. It's more his whole story.
Gotcha. Nice. Cool. All right. Well, moving on then to my number 6. I have the Fantastic Four. Let's type. Steps first. This is what happens when I go get 2 snow days in a row. Yeah. Okay, so Fantastic Four first steps. Going into this, I wanted to like it, but was worried I wouldn't because of past couple adaptations of this franchise. The 2005 one is a good movie. I like it very much. I think for its time, it was a great superhero movie because they weren't too much of a phenomenon as they are now. And like 2005, I think all you really had was the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 1 and 2, and then a couple X-Men movie. And I'm not even sure. That was before the Christopher Nolan Batman started too, I think.
2005 is when Batman Begins came out.
Okay, so that would have been the same year, unless the year, I don't know, it was 2004 or 5 when the original came out. But I thought that was really good. I thought the sequel to that one was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Its only saving grace is it has a really cool Stan Lee cameo. Then
is that Rise of the Silver Surfer?
Yeah. Where Galactus is in that one as a cloud.
Yeah.
And
I really don't remember.
That's the only thing I remember from that. This is Stan Lee and then the Galactus part there. I
remember Silver Surfer was pretty badass though. Like when it came out of the building, like it looked cool.
Maybe. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while to remember, and I have no desire to. But after that, then they did it again in 2015, which was considered maybe one of the worst movies ever. Um, I never saw it, so I can't speak too much on that part of it there. But just having that and knowing that stuff, I wasn't psyched about this movie, and I was very happy with it. I thought it was really well. It was fun. I'm excited to see those characters again. I think some of the story was too predictable, but that didn't stop me from enjoying it.
I'm kind of with you.
Yeah.
I think the same thing. Like I had never seen one of those movies before this one came out, and so I watched all 3 of the other Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah,
I think there was one that was made in the 90s or something. I didn't watch that.
Yes, I didn't either, but there was.
But I watched
it was a cartoon.
I watched the first two, and the first one was all right. The second one was The Rise of the Silver Surfer, real bad, real bad movie. And I didn't think they could possibly do any worse than that. And then I watched the 2015 one, which for perspective is the same year that Age of Ultron came out.
I remember, yeah.
And that movie was so bad. You hated the characters, you hated the actors, and they're good actors, but you hated everything about them. They were just horrible. And so going into this, I liked the casting, but I didn't have high expectations. And again, we've been coming off of years of Marvel movies being total dog shit.
Yeah.
But I think this movie was pretty good. It didn't make my top 10. And spoiler, it was one of my honorable mentions at my 12th spot.
Okay.
I think it was pretty good because, again, I didn't really have expectations. I agree that I don't think the story was necessarily the great part of that movie. Yeah. I think it's the characters. I'm excited to see those characters again.
Me too.
Yeah, it didn't make my list either. I just think I had more fun with Superman and Thunderbolts overall. It's definitely the best Fantastic Four movie, hands down.
Yeah.
But I don't think it did enough. I think it was overhyped a little bit too much, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see all of those actors as those characters in future things.
Yes.
It was a good setup movie.
Yeah.
Right. A good origin story, but not one that was overly good, I guess.
Yeah. I did like how they kind of started it off. Like, they know that we know the story. And they kind of just led into that. Like, they didn't need to show us them actually getting their powers or not.
Yeah, sometimes with those characters that are so prominent, it's okay to skip the origin of the origin story.
And just give us, like, that 30-second, like, voiceover of what happened.
Yeah.
Which, that worked out well. Cool.
Yeah, we don't need to see Spider-Man get bit by a spider again.
Or Batman or Superman. Like, we've seen these characters.
Yeah, we don't need to see the Bruce and Martha Wayne die again.
Yeah, we don't need an alley shootout. Like, we just don't.
Okay. Colby, your number 6?
My number 6 is Ballerina. Part of the John Wick universe. Technically the 5th movie in that franchise. I will watch these movies till the end of time. If they keep making these movies, I will go see them every single time without fail. Every time they somehow... The action sequences, for the most part, are very similar. They're not the same, but they are very similar. But they always add something that you've never seen.
Yeah.
But also, John Wick made an appearance, and goddamn, that made this movie so much better.
I remember that was like... No one was expecting that.
That was such a big deal.
They weren't expecting him to be as big a part as he was.
Well, he was in one of the trailers, and it very clearly in the trailer looked like a cameo. And in the movie, you get to that part like halfway through where it's a cameo. And you're like, all right, well, that was John Wick, moving on. And then you get to the end of the movie, and he shows back up, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Everything's changed.
2 cameos. Whoa.
They're just so entertaining. Like I said, I'll go see these movies a million times. Every one they come out with, I'll keep watching them.
Cool.
I also love, like, in any movie when, like, you have a character that's a known awesome character that's coming back, and they just show you the first glimpse is like their feet, and you just know, because like he gets off a train, and they just show him like getting off a train into the snow, and you just see feet, and you're like, well, that's John Wick. Like, and like it takes a second for them to scroll up, you know, so you can see the full thing. But you're like, it's John Wick. Like,
like
it can't
you
be
know it's
anyone
him,
else.
but the reveal is still pretty cool, right?
It's still awesome. And like, even before that happens, I think somebody makes a phone call and is like, I got a guy.
And
you're like,
oh, well,
I know who that guy is.
Who else is that
like,
going to be?
We know who that guy is. That guy's coming. And he's called Baba Yaga.
Nice.
Okay. I will spoil that this was an honorable mention.
All right.
I couldn't squeeze it in.
Yeah.
Just because it wasn't full John Wick.
This was also an honorable mention for me.
I like
I don't know. I enjoyed it, a lot. That was also one that I had forgotten came out this year. For some reason I had it in my head that this came out earlier than 2025. But when I was looking at stuff after, I saw that there, so I just threw it on the honorable mention because I didn't want to shuffle up what I had. Okay. So Steve, you want to move on to your number 6 then?
My number 6. Hopefully this might be the last one that is unrecognizable, but you may have seen it. I don't know. My number 6 is Black Bag. Did anybody? Bueller?
I did not see that one.
You didn't see Black Bag?
No,
it came out early. I think it was February or March. Muted.
I don't know if you know that or not.
But
okay, continue.
So it was like a 90-minute spy thriller with Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett and a couple other actors who were really good, sort of up-and-coming stars. But it's just another whodunit, kind of like Knives Out, except it was Steven Soderbergh directed it, and it's like a tight 90, and it has more of like that quick, witty dialogue. And can you stop meowing into the microphone? That'd be great. I just really enjoyed it. I like Fassbender a lot. I'll watch anything with Fassbender in it, even though he's like real stiff in this one. But that's kind of his character and his role, because he's the one tasked with finding out who the mole is, basically. And there's like a list of people it might be, and one of them might be his wife, who is also a CIA agent in this, I believe. I think it's CIA, FBI, one of them. So he has to figure out whether it's somebody in the office or his wife. So like you're like, it can't be his wife, but it could be his wife, and would it be? But Cate Blanchett is just as smart and just as like witty as he is, so it's tough to know who done it till the very end. And there's 2 really good dinner party scenes.
Yeah.
At the beginning and the end, where they kind of like let it be known that there's a mole, and then the last dinner scene is when they find the mole. So it's just really good. It's a really tight 90. There's also like one of those long tracking shots that starts the movie. Ooh. Like one of those why can't I think of what it is? It's called tracking shot, right? That they don't cut.
I think
it's like a 5-minute shot of just Fassbender from like behind, just like walking through like a bunch of different locations to do a meetup, and it's just really cool to start a movie that way. Like I was hooked. I was like, whoa, they didn't cut the camera once. Kate was like, I didn't notice. I was like, come on. That's was like, awesome.
You're like, now we have to watch it.
Right. And that's Was it 1917 that did that?
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the whole movie.
Yeah, because I remember watching that with my parents, and I kept watching to see if the camera would shift at all.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I know it did a couple of times, but I didn't notice either of them.
Yeah, they cut when they went around like door frames and stuff. Yeah, you can see a couple, but it's really good. That's a really good movie, too.
That is a great movie.
I would check out Black Bag if you can. Like I said, it's 90 minutes. It's a good spy thriller.
I'm into that stuff.
I'm sure it's streaming for free somewhere because it came out in the beginning of the year.
Cool. All right.
Top 5s, baby!
Yeah, so my number 5, we've already talked about, is Thunderbolts. It was my favorite of the Marvel movies to come out this year. This and Fantastic Four were pretty close, though. I just really liked it. We've talked about it already. This is also the first film that all 3 of us have had in our top 10, and the only one that has appeared on all of our lists. I don't think we have any other duplicates so far, which is just interesting.
Not yet.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
It's coming.
Yeah. So it was a good movie. I liked it. Can't wait to see those characters again. Yeah. Colby, you wanna?
My number 5 is Avatar: Fire and Ash. I did see this movie twice. I saw it once in IMAX and I saw it once in Dolby. And I agree with everybody on the internet. This movie, the plot is not the reason I'm going to see this movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact kind of movie that is IMAX is made for. It's the movie that Dolby is made for. This movie is just spectacular to look at. Watching these movies at home, absolutely going to be kind of a rough time. You're sitting there for 3 hours. The story is almost a repeat of the second movie. I get all those complaints. They're totally valid. 100%. If they make 2 more of these movies, I will go see them. Absolutely.
Yep.
I think that these movies are the best seen in theaters. I personally have had a better experience going to see it in Dolby. I saw the second one and this one in Dolby. I've seen all 3 of them in IMAX. I think that Dolby is the surround sound audio with the crisp image and the colors. It's what this movie is made for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will go see these movies as long as they keep making them, just because they're just like such a spectacle to look at.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the story. That's not why I'm going to watch them. But yeah, I think just because of how entertaining it is to look at, it made my top 5.
Nice. I agree with almost everything you just said there. I've said before, I'm not huge into the franchise like a lot of other people are. I think we all are in that kind of boat. But you can't ignore the fact that visually it is like incredible.
They are some of the best looking movies.
This one, like you said, it follows the plot a lot of the second one. It also picks up like right where the second one left. Like this felt like more of a sequel to the second one than an installment in the franchise. And for that, I do wish I had watched. I don't think I should have watched the whole second one beforehand, but like maybe just done like a Spark Notes thing of it there. Would have probably helped me out there. But I still enjoyed it nonetheless.
Yeah, I couldn't squeeze it in. I squeezed it into my honorable mentions. I think visually, like you said, it's like the best thing you can see on a screen, on a big screen, on a loud screen, on an IMAX or Dolby, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't have a rewatchability at home, unfortunately. Like it just, unless you have the setup, which I don't. Like I have a big TV, but
not
it's
big enough.
not.
Yeah,
it's never going to be big enough. It's never going to sound as good. And if I'm going to watch one of them at home, I'm going to watch 2 over 3, I think.
I agree.
Because I think it's more fun because you're introduced to all the water characters basically in the second one, whereas they're already there in the third one. And I really thought it was going to be more fire and more ash, and it was more water again. Like
it was basically Way of Water Part 2.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, that being said, like it's a movie going event. So if 4 and 5 are made and come out, like I'll be there opening weekend to see them, to make sure I see them on the biggest screen with the best sound. Because once it's out of theaters, there's a decent chance I won't watch them for years. Like, because it's just it's just not as fun at home, and I don't have 3.5 hours to sit down and watch them.
That's my thought.
But I did have fun with it. It made the honorable mentions. I try to also think about my movies as like, what am I going to go back to and watch again and again? Or what am I going to watch? What can I sit down and like, it's palatable? And I just think the idea of watching that at home is not like, Oppenheimer's a great movie, but it's not palpable. Like I can't sit down and watch, like there's so many other things I'm going to pick first.
Yep.
Avatar's in that boat just because of the length and the fact that it just doesn't look and sound as good at home.
There are just certain movies that are made for a movie theater, and that's just what it is.
And that's what Cameron does. Like, that's what Cameron's known for. He wants to make these because they're movie-going spectacles.
Yep.
And more power to him for that.
It's like a theme park attraction. You know, you're going for the whole experience. You're not going to get that experience sitting on your couch. It's not going to happen.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I went to the movies a couple weeks ago and saw the SpongeBob movie, and the lady, I paid for the tickets. I went to like a theater I don't normally go to, and the lady was like, if you donate $3, you get this Avatar pin. Would you like to donate $3? And I was like, sure, I want the Avatar pin. Like, I got sucked in because it was like a cool little pin with like the Avatar logo on it. So yeah, I love it. I'm a big fan, but yeah, it just doesn't. It's not as fun at home. It's just not as fun at home.
The theater you sent me with the popcorn bucket, or was that a?
Yeah, same one.
All right, that's funny.
Yeah, they also had the Tron Ares popcorn bucket with like the speeder bike, which looked cool, but I was like, it's Tron Ares, so like I can't get that. And it was $75.
I didn't see that Tron Ares, but I wanted to see it just to laugh at it.
That might have made another list of mine.
I have full expectations on that end.
It's on my list. It's on a list.
Yep. So
isn't Jared Leto.
Let's yeah, right.
He's on multiple lists.
Yeah.
All right. Steve, your number 5.
My number 5 is Hamnet.
Nice.
I texted Andrew like 2 weeks ago and was like, as the theater guy, you need to go see Hamnet. The movie is incredibly well done. It got nominated for Best Picture. Like it
won the
has a decent chance of winning. It's basically just the story of William Shakespeare and his wife and his family life and what happens in his family that leads him to write Hamlet.
Yeah, which is
the play.
Considered his like greatest.
So Hamnet and Hamlet are synonymous, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that until this came out.
That's why I was confused. I was like, wait, is this about Hamlet? Is it not, or is it?
Right, because the name is so close when they said Hamnet, and I was looking into it there, because apparently, the two words are synonyms. I don't know what either of them mean.
Right. Well,
but his son was named Hamnet, and it's spoiler alert, his son passes away, and that's ultimately what, like, the emotions and the feelings that like he feels there are what drive him to write Hamlet, which is considered his greatest like writing ever. Yeah,
because that happens, and Jessie Buckley plays his wife. Paul Mescal plays
the Bard.
Shakespeare, who from Gladiator 2. If you don't know who Paul Mescal is, She obviously loses a child and handles that like most people would, by like breaking down and not knowing how to move on with her life. And he channels that into work, basically. And she thinks that he doesn't care, but he just cares differently. And they basically like split up, but then he writes this play, and she thinks that it's a comedy because he writes comedies.
Yeah.
But then she finds out that it's a tragedy, so she goes and sees it and like finds out that it's all about their son that they lost, and they reconnect in that way. But it's just shot so well and told so well. I cried twice, and I don't cry at movies, but there's just the way it was done, and the acting performances were like unbelievable. Like Jessie Buckley will probably win Best Actress.
I think she will, yeah.
I don't think Mescal will win because there's just some,
whenever
DiCaprio's nominated, like it's hard to. Timothée Chalamet too, like you're competing with some heavy hitters, but definitely an awesome movie. Cool. Andrew, you definitely have to see it.
I'm gonna try to go tomorrow.
Colby, you might or might not like it. Just depends. Can go either way.
Yeah. Right.
I saw it in a theater with like geriatrics. Like it was me by myself and like literally like 80-year-old couples everywhere.
It's a snow day tomorrow. I'm expecting that if I go.
Yeah. And when the movie ended, and like it ends on like a very emotional moment, and like the lights came up and all the old people were staring at me, like because they were like, "How is he gonna react in his Star Wars?" Right, in his Star Wars hoodie, and I had like tears running down my face, and I like ran to the bathroom. It's like, get me out of here! I don't want them looking at me. It was great. I had a good time.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm a huge Shakespeare fan, which any of my students will tell you I'm obsessed with him. I act really crazy about it to get them interested, and it works. So sometimes you gotta do it. Yeah. All right. Well, my number 4 was Avatar: Fire and Ash. We've already discussed it there. My thoughts were very similar to what Colby had said. I don't know. I liked it visually, very stunning film. Again, if they make more of them, I'll go see them. The story itself is okay. Like there were moments in that film where there was a part of the story where you think he's gonna kill his son, and the audience like all had the same like reaction to that. Like there was the and then like giggling because everyone did the same thing too, which I'll always remember. Good movie. Not gonna reiterate things we've already talked about there. Right, Cole, if you want to just move on to your number 4 there.
I don't have much to talk about, but my number 4 is Superman. We've pretty much already talked about it. It was just kind of the sleeper hit for me. That's why it's so high.
Yeah, so I'm sure the last few rounds will probably go a lot quicker too. All right, yep. Steve, your number 4.
My number 4 is 28 Years Later, which is like the third film in the Danny Boyle trilogy, basically.
Yeah.
The zombie movie. It's like a 3-act play.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a son and a father, and he's like coming of age, and he gets to go out. They live on like a remote island that is. It has like this weird phenomenon where the tide comes in and goes out, so it actually cuts off. It cuts off the mainland for like 12 hours a day when the water's in, and then when the water goes out, like they can actually go to the mainland.
Mm-hmm.
So they go to the mainland for 12 hours and do like hunting and stuff to gather for their community. So like dad takes him out on his first hunt because he's turned 14 or whatever, which is Aaron Taylor Johnson, which they marketed the movie as his movie, and he's only in the first act.
Interesting.
Because he's a shithead. He takes his son out, and he's a good dad for that. But then they like come back, and he got his first kill, and the hunt went well. And there's zombies, and there's violence, and there's gore, and that's all fun. But he like his mom's sick; she's dying. You find out she has cancer, but she's dying, and dad's cheating on her because she's dying and doesn't care about that. He just wants to move on with his life. Son sees this, so while they're out on their hunting trip, they see like a smokestack in the distance, and son's like, "What's that?" And dad's like, "Oh, that's the crazy doctor." And the son is like, "Doctor?" So in the second act, he gathers mom up, all the strength she has left, and they go out to find the doctor. So the second act is finding the doctor, which the doctor ends up being Lord Voldemort, Ralph Fiennes, and he's crazy. And he paints himself orange. He covers himself in iodine to like hide from the zombies because they're all over the place. And he's building a bone temple, which is what the next movie's called, which is like a shrine to the dead, and it's made out of bones, which is pretty awesome. But he's a doctor, so he's gonna help. He's gonna help. Cool. So the third act is about him helping mom not survive because she has cancer. But he like does help with her passing, and the kid like grows up because of it. And that's the movie. It's really good.
Yeah, I heard good things about that one. I don't know if I'll get around to it. I haven't seen the others in the series, but
they're really good zombie movies. Jeremy Renner's in the second one.
Cool. I will I'll keep it in mind.
He plays Hawkeye in it too.
Oh.
He's literally like a sniper. I'm like, that's Hawkeye.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But the Bone Temple came out a few weeks ago, and that's the only movie I've seen in theaters this year so far.
Yeah.
And there's a decent chance that makes my top 10 next year. So if you get a chance, go see it.
Cool. So going to our top 3s now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
there's at least one or maybe 2 that'll be on all of our top 3s.
Yes. So I know this one will be in all of ours. My third is Sinners. I went very hard back and forth between putting this higher or lower. And I think the only reason it's not higher is because I saw this movie late. they did like a re-release of it because it was so popular, or they extended its run, and that's when I saw it. And when a film gets really, really hyped up, your expectations are set really high, which happened to me. And when it's still an incredible film that I loved from beginning to end, you know it's a good movie. So that was the reasoning, I think, for that there on my end. I really enjoyed it. I thought the themes of it were awesome. I thought the music kind of told the story as well, just by how like the instrumentation was there and then the actual music that they were playing. And it was a really good take on like, I just liked how they like brought like the vampires into the story too. Going into it, I thought that it was going to be more focused on that part of it there, but I was really happy with it there too. I'll remember just the scene with the dance and then the barn burns to the ground, and when that ended, I was like, that was like the one of the greatest montages in cinema I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
So very, very happy with that. Yeah.
Well, this one's number 2 for me. If you want to just slot it in there.
Sure.
It was when it came out, it was definitely my number 1 movie of the year for a long time. It's just an extraordinary, like, one-off movie. Like, I'm sick of like IP stuff. Like, this is like a nice change of pace of like, hey, we're gonna make an original movie here, by a director who has done some good stuff, but like hasn't done a ton, but also really loves Michael B. Jordan, and he's also gonna play 2 brothers, and we're not gonna get a second actor to play a brother. We're just gonna have him do both.
Yeah.
Like, this could have went south, but it didn't. It went like perfectly the other way, and it was one of those movies too that like the first hour was fun, but I also completely forgot that it was like a horror movie. And then all of a sudden there were vampires, and I was like, oh yeah, this is like a horror movie, like a vampire movie. Because it takes a while to get to that point. And the first hour is great, but it's not a horror movie yet. It's just like you're learning about the characters and where they came from and why they're here and why they're doing what they're doing and who they like and who doesn't like them and, you know, all that stuff. Fun fact, the Irish guy, that's Jack O'Connell. He is also like one of the weird characters in the 28 Years Later movies. So
neat
little connection there. So he had a good year. I just really like this movie. I've only seen it the one time. I don't know why I haven't revisited it, but
same.
I know it's a movie that'll hold up. And when I do watch it again, I'm gonna go, oh yeah, I understand. Like, I remember why this movie is awesome.
Yep.
So
cool.
I think it's Colby's one.
You have to wait. It was really good though.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even know it was a vampire movie. 100%. Yeah. I went into it because I remember seeing the trailers and I remember seeing Michael B. Jordan, but I just remember it looking more like a mob movie.
Yeah.
I had no friggin' clue that it was a horror vampire movie. And so Cassie wanted to go see it with her friends and stuff, so we went to go see it. And I don't know, like the first hour was kind of what I was expecting because it was starting like a mob movie. I was like, oh, these twins they want to make money. They're going to start this like speakeasy and crap. Like it seemed like that was the way we were going. And then all of a sudden a vampire came out of nowhere. And I was like, what the hell am I watching? But thankfully it was like a good surprise. It wasn't one of those things where it was like, oh, this movie went a completely weird direction, because it still fit with the themes of the movie. It didn't feel like it was out of left field. And I don't know how I didn't know it was a vampire movie. I had no clue. Not a clue at all. I don't know if they marketed that and I just missed it, but it was really good. And like Steve was saying too, I think it was so good because it was an original movie. It wasn't just another IP. It wasn't just another sequel or something like that. It was an actual original movie, an original idea. And the music, like you were talking about, was really phenomenal. And Michael B. Jordan he kills it playing.
He does, yeah.
And they're twins, but they're such drastically different characters.
Yeah, I genuinely thought that like I know he didn't have a twin brother, but I didn't know that. Like,
but you're like, but maybe,
right? Like, where's this guy been hiding?
It's really good.
Cool.
Anybody that hasn't seen it, go watch it.
Yeah, I'm glad it probably won't win. I'm glad it got nominated for Best Picture, because movies that get released like early on in the year tend to not get like the recognition it deserves, because there's like recency bias and all that stuff. And I'm glad it at least got nominated because it deserved it.
It got most nominations.
Yeah, a lot of. It'll win some stuff, but it won't it won't win the big ones. I don't think.
All right. Colby, your number 3.
My number 3 is kind of a shocking pick. I never would have in a million years put this movie up this high, and I was blown away.
Wicked for Good?
No.
Lilo and Stitch.
It's Marty Supreme. Oh. I had a negative amount of interest in going to see this movie. Like, I did not want to see this movie in any way, shape, or form. I was like, I don't care for Timothée Chalamet. Like, he's been fine in everything I've seen him in, but like, it's not an actor that I'm going to go out of my way to go watch a movie for.
Yeah, he's not the wrong.
And then a movie about ping pong. I was like, come on. Like, I don't need to see that. And I'm not into like those, I don't know if this is classified as a biopic, but like, I'm not into those types of movies. And so I had no interest in seeing this, but it kind of shocked me. It was a really good movie. It was a somewhat long movie. Probably could have shaved like 20 minutes off of it, but it's worth seeing. I think the story itself was really good. It's obviously based, I think, loosely on a real guy. I don't know if the actual story is that spot on, but I think the character is based off a real person. It's worth watching. I think anybody would enjoy this movie. You're not going to waste your time, but it was very well made.
Nice. Yeah, Timothée Chalamet's been training for that for a long time, if I'm not mistaken. My sister was telling me about that. Her and her boyfriend saw it. I think it came out on Christmas. On Christmas night, they went and saw that. And they asked me to go with them, but I was too tired, so I didn't go. And so I haven't seen it since then, but I've heard nothing but good things about it, so it's definitely one I'd like to get around to if I can.
Yeah, I was very excited for this movie. I saw it. I have like a small category at the bottom of like movies I just didn't fully get. I don't get the hype train of this one as much. I don't know if it needs a rewatch or if like I had too high of expectations. I'm definitely like a Timothée Chalamet guy. I enjoy him a lot. I mean, just in Dune as Paul Atreides is enough for me where I'm in. I like the story, but it felt like a little too all over the place for me.
It was.
And it was a little long, like you said. And like the Safdie New York, like uncut gems style, like kind of wore on me by the end. But I do have to say, like the ping pong stuff, like of him being like an asshole basically, and then losing, and then having to like build himself back up, but never really getting back to the top because like nobody wants him around because he's an asshole basically. And then I don't know, it has a weird ending that I know people like, some people loved, and I'm like, I don't know if that's deserved, like, but I liked him in it. I liked a lot of the actors in it. I think it needs a rewatch for me, because at the beginning of this thought process before I saw this movie of like top movies of the year, because I just like randomly will think of this stuff walking down the street, I was like, that movie's probably going to make my list because I've heard good things about it. I just think I need to revisit. Again, I put it in a category all by itself of like, I just don't fully get it because I know it got nominated for Best Picture and stuff, so I missed something.
It is a very strange movie. It's a very awkwardly paced and awkwardly set up movie. Like, it's structured very bizarrely. And it's not like, yes, it is about the ping pong, but it's not like your typical, I guess, sports movie where, you know, they're fighting towards the tournament at the end and then he wins the tournament and the movie ends and everybody's happy. It doesn't have that kind of ending, which the ending is really weird. So I totally get why I struggled with this movie for a while, Steve. Like, I was back and forth. I'm like, did I hate that movie or did I love that movie? And I think it is in that gray area where it's only at the top of my list because I think it is a well-made movie. Like, I get it. I get why people love it. I get the hype. I I think it was phenomenal for that one-time viewing. I don't know that I would ever watch it again. It's one of those. Like, I think it's worth the one-time watch. I think it is incredibly well made. Just, it's structurally bizarre, and most movies aren't structured like this, but I think it's unique, and it does make it entertaining.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I can't speak to it as much. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's right.
Interrupted.
Steve, you're up.
I had to say goodnight.
Yep.
No, I hear you, Colby. I was listening the whole time. Yeah, it just even Kate was like, I don't know if I fully got it, because she was like, it was good, but was it great, or was it bad, or was it just good? Like it was
better Eddington for myself. Like it was a better version of Eddington as far as I can tell.
So full spoilers here. Marty Supreme was made by a Safdie brother, and the Smashing Machine, which was like the UFC sports movie that was made earlier this year, was made by the other Safdie brother. So they both made sports movies this year. And Marty Supreme is 12 times better than the Smashing Machine, because the Smashing Machine is like my number one worst movie of the year, of the decade. I hated every second of it.
I've only heard bad things.
Right. So like my measure of Marty Supreme is like, well, it couldn't be any worse than, it's not anywhere near that other sports movie by that other brother.
By his brother, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I just need to revisit, but it's tough too, because it's like 225, like 230, like it's a long movie.
It's not a movie I would ever go back and rewatch. It really isn't.
I will at some point, and like if he ends up getting awards and it gets awards, like I'll rewatch to be like, why did you win that? Like,
what did I miss?
So,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
You're number 3.
Right, where are we at?
You're number
3.
Yep.
My number 3 was Weapons. I think this had incredible marketing, which really helped this movie. Of like the creepy trailer, the first trailer, you're like, well, that's weird. Like, I have to know why those kids went missing. Like, why? And like, they had like a stinger where you could go to a website and it like told you a countdown until the movie came out, so you could find out what happened to the kids. Like, I was like, I'm so in because of all this, like the marketing around it. And then you get to the movie, and the way it's told, the way it's structured in like different acts, and you follow different characters. So you're told the same story like throughout, but you're told from different points of view. So you get one from like Julie Garner's point of view is like the first one, because she's the school teacher. So like you get her point of view, and then you get like Josh Brolin's point of view from his character. There's a bunch of other ones. I think there's 7 or 8 different points of view, but it's for one story. And it has the horror elements and it has the jump scares, but it's just like really well made. And you just want to know where these kids are, and you have no clue. And like more characters get added through different points of view that help make the story all come together, because it doesn't make sense, and then it's starting to piece together, and then it has this like climactic ending that you don't see coming, and like it's like one of the best ways to end. And like, yes, the kids get found, and yes, like you think that's a happy ending, but they kind of end with like, well, yeah, they were found, but none of them ever went back to the way they were. Like, you're like, what the fuck? Like, this is a roller coaster ride of a movie that has a crazy ending, and then like nobody's okay after, which is how I felt leaving the theater. But I loved it. Like, it was awesome. So
nice. Cool.
Did you guys see it?
Yeah, that was one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, I didn't.
I loved it.
It was really good. It was very confusing for the first half. Very confusing.
Yeah, because you don't have perspectives.
No. But then once everything clicks, it's so satisfying. And the ending, the chase scene at the end is so funny. Not something you ever expect to see in that movie, but it works so well.
Awesome.
So well.
Cool. So, all right, my number 2. So, full disclosure, I made this list based off of my Letterboxd rankings. And my top 3 were the highest I had. They all had, I don't think I gave anything above 4 stars. So my top 3 all had 4 stars. So I kind of put them in there like how I like them all. So my number 2, much to my surprise, was the live action How to Train Your Dragon movie. looking at this list now, I don't think it should be this high, but I made it and I don't really want to change it. So, I really like this movie. It was a shot for shot of the animated movie, and the animated movie is incredible. The visuals were awesome. My favorite part of this movie is the score. I think that is it's a score I want to have stuck in my head. It's very motivational to me. Really, really good movie. I'm excited if they adapt the rest of the other two, which I believe they are. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I had only seen the first one for animated movies. I didn't see the other two. I wanted to, but I never got around to it. It was a fun one.
Yeah, I'll save you the time. It's also my number 2.
Oh, wow.
I love the animated movie. I've seen all of them, and I love the trilogy. They hold a special place in my heart. Mm-hmm. And this live action is exactly what you want from an adaptation. It's almost a shot for shot. Yeah. Virtually is a shot for shot. When you're making a live action adaptation of a beloved movie or franchise, that's what people are looking for. They're not looking for, a hot spin on something that people love. Just make what people already love and do it real. You know what I mean? So absolutely, I loved this movie. I think it might be my favorite live action adaptation ever made.
Very nice.
I like this one. I mean, not as good as Lilo and Stitch, but I like this one.
I can't wait till we talk about this next time.
No, I really did like this one. I've seen the first one. I've seen parts of 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I don't have as big a connection to it.
I don't either, which is what I think also helped it get this high on my list.
Right. I also like a movie that I don't have to when I see a movie, like I said, I have to go see it on Thursday by myself, or pick a night and then call my mom and ask for babysitting to go see a movie. It's nice when there's a movie that I can just be like, Amelia, you're coming to this one. Mm-hmm. So this is one of those that she liked, that we all liked. She can invite her friends. That adds into it too. So I had a great time with this one.
All right.
And it looked great. Even Toothless looked great.
Yeah.
I heard that for the second one, whoever voiced his mother in the animated one is coming to play her in live action there, like they did with Gerard Butler.
Nice.
Which would be cool. I like that they do that. Yeah. All right. So our number ones.
Well, I think I know yours because you mentioned.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys want to guess mine?
Gotta be Superman, right?
Yeah, mine is Superman. Yep.
Yeah.
I was very pleasantly surprised with this one.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a valid pick. That's a solid pick for a number 1 spot. I can see that. I can get behind it.
We've already talked about it. So, but yeah, great movie. Happy it happened. Hope the rest kind of, I don't know if they have to be on par with it, but I hope they stay in a good trajectory.
Hope the best for the remaining franchise.
Exactly. Okay.
I think it's in good hands with James Gunn.
I agree. Yeah.
All right, Sinners, number 1.
Yep, we've already talked about my number 1 at Sinners. Mm-hmm. It's such a sleeper hit. It was it came out of nowhere, and it was just so good.
All right,
Steve, Minecraft.
Minecraft? What do you mean?
Minecraft.
No, I can't put Minecraft. My number 1 is One Battle After Another.
I knew you were going to pick that one.
Which is the Paul Thomas Anderson movie with DiCaprio. I mean, anything DiCaprio I'm in. I think he's been my favorite actor for probably 20 years, basically, since I started watching movies. You're a DiCaprio for real. Lover. Yeah. Oh, yeah. From Titanic on.
Every time you see one of his movies, it's always high.
Yeah. He's made a couple bad ones, but not in the last 10 years. He had a stretch, but this movie is just so propulsive. It's almost 3 hours, but I wanted more. When it ended, I was like, is there not more? It's over. Me and Kate went and saw this, and she was not thrilled by the runtime when I told her. But I also told her DiCaprio's in this, Sean Penn is in this. There's a lot of actors who I'm not super familiar with, but have been told are really good. And it's just so good. Like he plays like a revolutionary who like blows shit up and is a rebels against everything related to government and power. But then he like becomes a dad and has to like protect his daughter, but he's also still like this person of interest because he used to be a rebel. They used to like blow shit up and like the opening sequence is the US government basically has a bunch of immigrants in like a camp and they're going to send them basically, back where they came from kind of thing like we're seeing now, and they like disrupt that by freeing them all. So like that's where it starts.
It's on my list of stuff to watch. I do really want to watch it.
It's so good. It's so funny. It's so well written. Like the dialogue is like killer dialogue. Sean Penn plays almost like a robot military guy. Like he's just robotic in the way that he does things, and it's just so well done. I don't even know what to say about it. Benicio del Toro's in it. He plays like a guy who works for the resistance as well. He's like one of those people who keeps people safe. It's almost like an underground railroad. And he just goes by Sensei because he teaches martial arts. Like that's his job. And Sensei's the best. Like Benicio just crushes it. And it's just it's so good. So good.
Yeah.
So good. It's just so good. It's gonna win Best Picture. I put money on it.
I was gonna say I think this one it'd be between this, Hamnet, and maybe Sinners.
I honestly think this is gonna win Best Picture, Best Actor, and Best Director. It's gonna like run the big categories. So, but it deserves it. Like it's one of those. A movie hasn't entered my top 10 in a while, and this easily could be in the top 5 of like all time for me.
Nice.
And that's very not hard to come by because I like bullshit movies like Gladiator, and it'll never leave my top 5. So
nice.
But this one's awesome. And the runtime, don't let it scare you. Like it doesn't feel like 3 hours.
Cool.
It's one of those.
All right, so that rounds up. I'll read through our list again. So my lists, I had in 10th place The Running Man, 9th place The Minecraft Movie, 8th place Downton Abbey 3, 7th place The SpongeBob Movie, 6th place Fantastic Four, 5th place Thunderbolts, 4th place Avatar Fire and Ash, 3rd place Sinners, 2nd place How to Train Your Dragon, and in 1st place Superman. I think that is the most Andrew list you're ever gonna see. Colby, his top number 10 was A Long Walk, number 9 was Roofman, 8 was Thunderbolts, 7 Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man, number 6 Ballerina, number 5 Avatar Fire and Ash, number 4 Superman, number 3 Marty Supreme, number 2 How to Train Your Dragon, number 1 Sinners. And for Steve, his 10 was a toss-up between Zootopia 2 and The Bad Guys 2. 9 was a toss-up between Superman and Thunderbolts. 8 was The Phoenician Scheme. 7 was Train Dreams. 6 was Black Bag. 5 was Hamnet. 4 was 28 Years Later. Number 3 was Weapons. Number 2 was Sinners. And number 1 was One Battle After Another.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty solid list.
Common refrain being Sinners being in the top 3 for all of us.
Yes,
I think that speaks something.
Right.
Yep. All right, you got honorable mentions?
I have
a
four.
couple. Just run through your list.
Yeah, so mine, and this is I say in no particular order, but it kind of is. Just how I have them written down. I have Roofman. I have Lilo and Stitch. I had the Jonas Brothers Christmas movie, which streamed to Disney Plus, and I just enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. And my last one I had was Anaconda.
I didn't get to see that yet.
It was really good. I think it was the right way to do
a spoof movie.
Yeah, or an adaptation, if you will, a reboot. Yeah. That's how my friend Angela described it when I went to see it with. But it was funny because the first one is like a horror film, and they lean into that aspect. They could have done that movie and had Paul Rudd and Jack Black be playing Paul like themselves as actors, and the movie wouldn't have been any different.
Yep.
Yeah. Those were my honorable mentions.
Colby?
I guess I'll do mine real quick. I mean, I have I ranked all my movies for the year through Letterboxd, but I'm just going to read off my 13 through 11. So my 13th honor movie ranking would have been Caught Stealing. I don't know if either of you saw that, but that was a pretty entertaining movie.
I like that one.
Yeah.
My number 12 is what I already mentioned earlier. That was Fantastic Four. And my number 11, which also kind of blew me away, was Predator, Killer of Killers, the animated movie. Also kind of a sleeper hit. I was not expecting much from that movie, especially an animated movie. It was actually phenomenal.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I had the Predator, Killer of Killers as an honorable mention. Yeah, didn't expect much from an animated project, but it almost has like an animated anime in the middle, and it's also Predator, so like I'm down for Predator, so that helps. I had Avatar and Ballerina, which we talked about. I also had Warfare. I know Colby saw that, but I don't know if you saw that.
I know of it, yeah.
It was, I mean, I don't know if you can put that on a list, because like it just looked, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, but like I don't know if I'm gonna rewatch it ever again. Like,
yeah,
it's a hard movie to rank and hard movie to even talk about.
Right,
like there's no story.
I just kind of wanted to like mention it because it was good. Like I walked out of the theater like, wow, that was a punch in the face. Like, and then F1. I really enjoyed F1. I saw that in IMAX.
I still haven't seen that. I want to see it so bad.
I haven't either. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow, honestly.
It surprisingly, I think this is because it's an Apple Studio project. It got Best Picture nomination. It's not Best Picture.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
But it's fun. It looks
was the
great.
Same director as Maverick too.
Yeah, it was. So like obviously the F1 racing stuff is on the same level as fighter jet stuff from Maverick.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
So like the car driving is unreal. Like they get cameras on the wheel wells, so like you're driving basically on the pavement at like 200 miles an hour. So it looks incredible. I mean, the story's a little loose, but it's Brad Pitt. Like your top 5 movie star driving a car really fast. Like that's fun all the time.
Yeah, right. Cool.
I think that was it, right? And then I just wanted to shout out Good Fortune, which is like the weird Keanu Reeves, Seth Rogen.
I wanted to see that one so badly.
Like dark comedy. It's just real fun.
Never watch it because I would probably only see that in theaters. But no, it looked really. I really wanted to see that one.
It was just like in good fun. I had a lot of fun with it. It would never make a top 10, but it's like worth mentioning as like watch it if you can.
Yeah. All right, then my bottom. I only have a bottom 2 because the rest of them I liked enough to not put into a bottom list.
I got a bottom 7.
Cool. So I'll go first then. I'll say these are, you can flip the coin. I got Captain America 4 and Jurassic World.
I like asterisk Jurassic World as like a this is a bottom. It's in the bottom 5, but it's really like I put it at 7.
Yep.
Because like it's still a dinosaur movie, so
Yeah.
like I can go see it because it's a dinosaur movie, but it's not very good. But like it's a dinosaur movie, so
Right.
I guess I can do mine. So
Sure.
I'm gonna do save the least for last. My worst movie for last. So I'm gonna go in order. A countdown.
Wordplay here. Okay.
So at the top of my bottom 5, I have the SpongeBob movie. I'm so sorry, Andrew.
So you lied after the movie when you said you liked it?
In the moment, I thought it was good.
Okay.
the second I was driving home by myself and thinking about it, I hated it.
The second.
It's a bad movie. It's not good, especially for SpongeBob. It's not when you have the 2004 SpongeBob movie. None will ever come anywhere close to it.
I purposely went into that not comparing it to that because I knew it wouldn't live up to it.
So, if it were not for the fact that you wanted to see it, I never would have ever seen this movie in a million years.
Really?
4 billion years, wow. I never would have watched this. I have no interest in anything newer SpongeBob. I don't. I hate all the new SpongeBob stuff. I haven't seen any of the newer movies. I've only ever seen the original movie and then whatever the second one that was after that. I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was a rough watch. It was. Okay. You mentioned the butt jokes earlier. There's a lot of butt jokes. Yep. There's way too many butt jokes. Every other line. I
don't know. Patrick wears a thong for half the movie. Like
I don't know. I like the lucky brick or whatever.
I thought that was
funny.
I
like that one. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't hit for me.
Well, you're allowed to have opinions.
Right underneath
even if they're incorrect.
Also, sorry. The Minecraft.
No, I'm glad you had this one first. Okay.
The Minecraft movie was horrible.
I can get by with this one.
It was just bad. It was not a good adaptation. It should have been animated, like Andrew mentioned earlier. I'm not a Jack Black diehard fan. I could take him or leave him. I really don't care. So he wasn't the saving grace for this movie for me. I don't know. It was not something that ever needed to see the light of day. It just didn't. Right below that one, though, I'm pretty sure this one's going to be on Steve's list, is Tron Ares. That movie is one of the worst movies I've seen in the past several years.
Yeah.
It's not even
Mine's at number 3 as well. So
yeah, it's like it doesn't have any saving grace about it. Jared Leto's horrible, and it's not even like the soundtrack is great for it. It's not like the animation or the CGI is awesome to look at. Like, there's really nothing that's salvageable about that movie. Right below that one, I have the Netflix Electric State movie starring Millie Bobby Brown, which I've kind of turned a leaf on. I hate her as an actress. I just don't think she's good in anything I've seen her in. And I also don't think Chris Pratt was good in that movie. I think I've kind of turned a leaf on Chris Pratt too.
Yeah.
I don't think Chris Pratt is only been good in Parks and Rec and as Star-Lord, and that's it.
Everything else I've seen him in, I haven't loved it.
That one, like Jennifer Lawrence, I hate that movie.
Oh, Passengers.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
that's a rough movie.
It's terrible.
And my number one worst movie of the year is Captain America: Brave New World. That movie, it just sucked. It was so disappointing. Nothing against the actors in that movie, because the movie has great actors in it. We know they're great actors. We've seen them in other things. This movie just has no place in the MCU. I know what they were trying to do. They're trying to reboot Captain America because they got rid of Steve Rogers and they got rid of Chris Evans. I just don't think Sam Wilson is Captain America. And let's not make this a race thing. It has nothing to do with that, because I know people are going to say that. It just... You can't.
We have a bunch of racist listeners.
You can't replace the character of Steve Rogers. I'm sorry.
No, you can't. You're right.
And I just don't think that. I don't know. I just don't think that people care about that character enough. I think he also does not do a great enough job to stand alone as the lead in that movie. I just don't think he was a great lead. He's a great side character, absolutely, but he did not sell me on the fact that he can solo a movie, especially a Captain America movie. And also, to his credit, I guess, it did not help that the Falcon and Winter Soldier show was not great. So
no, it didn't.
That did not help.
I wonder how I would feel if that show never happened and they just gave this movie.
Or if it was good.
Well, that too. Yeah, you got me there.
I like the new Falcon.
I do.
If there was anything,
yeah,
I didn't mind the new Falcon. That was about it, though. Yeah,
that's my list.
Going on to mine, I had the Jurassic movie at 7. I just had to mention these two, Jurassic and then Final Reckoning.
I still haven't seen it, shockingly.
It has the best Mission Impossible, like 2 of the best Mission Impossible stunt sequences of all time, but the other 2 hours are unwatchable.
That's
like,
not great.
So it's more of like one of those movies that like I will YouTube those 2 scenes every once in a while, and that's all I need, because the rest of the story is just garbage. You can tell that like Tom Cruise has like a in this movie had like a hero complex, like an ego complex, and he like had to stretch all those muscles in this one. It just the plane didn't land. If they had any balls, they would have killed him off at the end, but they let him survive. Like because if this does well, we'll pump out another one.
The Dark Knight Rises, where he goes like out into the sea and dies.
Well, he like falls from the like at the end of the movie, he's falling from the sky, and you're like, oh, he's actually gonna. And no, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. Again, 2 of the best stunt sequences of all time for Mission Impossible for anything, and then 2 hours of absolute terrible garbage. And it's 3 hours and 10 minutes. Like, it just so long. But my real list of 5, number 5 was The Amateur. I don't know if anyone saw that. It's like the Rami Malek movie where he's in the FBI, but he like only writes code and is like a computer nerd, and his wife gets killed, so he decides he's gonna be a big bad tough guy and like kill everyone who killed his wife. But he's not good at it, and it's Rami Malek. He's like 5'4" and 120 pounds. Like, so it just doesn't play, and it's just not a good movie. Number 4 was House of Dynamite, which was that movie I told you that was like pretty good, where they tell the story of a nuclear bomb being shot or an atomic bomb being shot at the U.S. and like how people react to that, and they tell it from 3 perspectives.
Oh, I do remember
the bomb never blows up, and it just each the 3 stories, each one gets worse. It doesn't get better. So, like, the first story is pretty good, and the second story is all right, and the third story sucks, and then the movie ends. So, that one's terrible. Tron Ares, for all the reasons, is number 3. Number 2 is Wicked for Good, because the first one was surprisingly good, and the second one was hot garbage. Because the music was bad, the story was bad, it was too long, and I didn't care about any of the characters. So, I just didn't care.
I don't just go on.
And then number 1 is The Smashing Machine, because I just hated it. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing like a UFC fighter should make sense, but like the fight choreography was bad, so all the fight sequences looked terrible, and they ended in 14 seconds. Like, they weren't long fights, they were just over. Emily Blunt plays his wife, and she's terrible. She has like a shitty New York accent or whatever, and she's like a bimbo, and it's annoying. They went the route of like, hey, we're gonna be fighting UFC, so we're gonna hire UFC guys to be the actors. That'll be cool. Except none of them can act. So
it's rough.
I don't like that. There was one of them who could act. I was like, wow, that's kind of impressive, but that was it. And then, because I know you guys won't see this, there's a big tournament at the end. So you're like, oh, well, he'll win the tournament, right? He gets bounced in the second round, and then you still watch the rest of the tournament. Oh, you're like, what the fuck? I don't care. Like, that's and then he also is a drug addict, and he like gets sober, but like if you blink, you miss that part. So. And I know it's based on a real guy, and like at the end of the movie, they show the real guy, and like he's living a good life and he's happy, and you're like, well, this guy was important because he helped start the sport, but like this was a terrible movie about him if you're gonna make one, so that sucks. Yeah, that movie was awful. I hated literally. I will sit through a movie till the end because I always feel like it's gonna get better.
Yep.
Or I'm going to miss something. Or I already paid for this ticket, so I might as well stay. I don't have anywhere else to go or be. That's why I'm at the movies right now.
Yeah.
And I considered it. But I was like, I'm just going to sit here. So, and I haven't considered that in a while.
Interesting.
So don't see it.
Okay.
The other Safdie brother movie is way better.
Okay, I will not see it.
Will do.
Yes.
You've sold me.
Nice.
Well, that just about wraps that out.
I have a quick short list of movies I just didn't fully get.
Okay.
Like, I think there could be on people's top 10 lists. I think they could be on people's bottom 5 lists. I think they could be in the middle. Like, it just depends. And I just don't think I understood or got them.
Mm-hmm.
Eddington is number 1. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I didn't get it fully.
Yep.
So I just don't know what to do with it. Like,
it's one of the weirdest movies I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. But, like, had good trailers, had good actors, had some good sequences, but I did think it was a tad long and a tad boring. And then it went, like, full Terminator at the end. And you're like, what what is happening here? So that was strange. I also wrote down, I think I talked to you guys about it, Ballad of a Small Player, which was, like, the Colin Farrell gambler movie.
Yeah.
Where I was like, it looks phenomenal, like the visuals and the colors and the storytelling, but I don't know if I get it. I don't know if it was good. I don't know if it was bad. I don't know. Just a movie I didn't fully get. I also wrote Marty Supreme. Just because it's getting Oscar buzz and I'm just not high on it. And like everyone who I've heard talk about it is high on it. So I'm confused as to why I'm low on it. And then I wrote Predator Badlands. I just didn't enjoy it. And I don't know if I missed something.
I remember that being talked about a lot.
But like everything I have listened to probably 3 or 4 different movie podcasts about it, and they're all so high on it. Like every single one across the board. And like these are people I've listened to for years, so like I kind of get a sense of what they like and don't like. And they're so high on it, I'm like a little confused by it.
Interesting.
So I'm trying to like figure it out. Maybe I just have to rewatch it and maybe it'll get higher. Because on my Alien Predator like letterbox list, it's pretty low. Like there's some movies above it that I'm like, it's probably wrong, but I'm not sure. So
nice.
That's all the shit I wrote down.
The only movie that I had, I guess, kind of like that was like an in-between for me was Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I saw it. I liked it. I don't have any attachment to the franchise. But I don't know. That was just one of those there.
Yeah. I've never seen 1 or 2. I really don't know enough about it or care enough about it, I guess.
All right. Well, if that's all.
That's our 2025 recap.
Yes, yeah.
Surprisingly, in March or later.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's before the Oscars. We're crushing it.
Maybe it won't come out before then. This episode was recorded January 26th, just for
it'll come out before that.
Yeah, before 26th, Johan. Before then. Yeah, cool. So what we got coming up next week or next time, whatever, in the next installment of Tupcast, we are going to be reviewing our film Final Fantasy, seeing how the films that we selected at the beginning of this year made out with critic reviews, which will be fun. We've talked about, I think, almost every movie that was on our list today should be on that list as well. So it'll probably be just kind of going through that and reacting to how audiences reacted. And the week after that will be our draft, or the week or episode installment. After that will be our draft for the 2026 year. So be sure to tune into that stuff. After that, we'll figure out what we're going to do next when we get there.
It'll probably be about July by the time we roll around to that.
Yeah.
It'll be hot out and we won't be surrounded by 18 inches of snow. That's why we got these episodes done, because there's a lot of snow.
Because I have to work tomorrow.
I have to work tomorrow, unfortunately.
So do I.
I was shocked. I really did not think that they were going to do that.
Shit happens when you party naked.
As truer words, my friend.
I guess. Sure.
That's what I'm sticking to. That's my motto for 2026.
All right. You put that on a bumper sticker.
Hey. You're going to have that motto alone.
Okay. I'm gonna get it tattooed on my chest.
Nice.
And it'll have a little thing underneath it with an arrow that says, "That's how I got this tattoo."
Well,
all right. Well, thanks for listening. If you made it this far, we appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And I'm gonna hope we just land this out because we're 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. We are now at a 2-hour runtime for this episode.
If you listened this far, thank you.
We appreciate
Nobody else
it.
will, but you've done great.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Or we'll talk to you next time.
Yeah.
Because we don't see any of you ever.
Nope.
Bye.
Bye.